Hi everyone, Cassie Bauer here from Riveredge Nature Center, coming to you from our backyard at home, wanting to share a little bit about composting this spring as weather gets nicer, and I'll show you a little bit from our garden. We have been composting in our household all winter. We use a container in our home that looks like this. We keep it in our kitchen, on the counter, or on the floor where we're often preparing food. And on the inside, you will see that we can put all sorts of stuff in there, including eggshells, coffee grounds, asparagus ends, orange rinds, lemon squeezes, those types of things. And we've got the type of indoor compost container that's got this charcoal filter inside of the lid that kind of helps reduce any smell for those of you that might be worried about indoor stench in your kitchen space. We have a compost bin in our garden that we use to throw them in. We use the method of lazy man's compost, and I look forward to showing you what we find in there during the late parts of March and to see how decomposition's going. All right, so as we head into the Baugosh garden here, or our garden at my house, this is kind of where we end up taking our container like this on a weekly basis, sometimes twice a week, depending on how much fresh food production we're doing in our home. And this is our compost bin. We made it out of some scrap cedar wood that we had in our garage and a couple of hook ties, and we even have this scrap handle that's somewhat decorative. So as we open it up, you can take a peek at the goodness inside. We tried to collect a bunch of oak leaves that fall in our yard and maple leaves that fall in our yard in the fall to get that good green to brown ratio, making sure we've got nitrogen going into that system, but also carbon going into that system to help with decomposition. As our compost sits and stews, as you might say, it starts to break down through the help of many microorganisms. And in our next little bit, I hope to show you some of the critters that my dog Denali and I find as we dig through our compost bin here in the garden. All right, after a little digging here, these are some of the creatures that I found hiding among our compost. You can see what look like, a couple little larvae here. That guy's gonna go right back into the compost. And another larva here. So along with a couple worms we've seen moving around the soil, these guys are gonna help us have kind of rich, free fertilizer to spread throughout our garden this next season. If you are looking to engage your young gardeners, your little green thumbs, or if you're an aspiring composter, please check out the resources at the end of this video. UW Extension provides some great ones, along with a kid story, Compost Stew, one of my favorites, to inspire some of your young helpers in the garden.